Great, grand welcome, warm welcome to all of you, my dear students who joined from people from USA, Canada. Good evening to you guys. People who joined from India and Sydney and Singapore, this part of the world. Good morning to all of you. While USA people are like, it's a Thursday evening for them, and for us, it's already Friday morning. Okay, my name is Lakshmi. I have 25 years of experience in IT. I run a company called Hands-On Agile Coaching Company. It is based out of Australia. Let's do one thing. Maybe rather than just oops. Okay. Let me just quickly share my LinkedIn. So this is my LinkedIn. So I'm the director of Hands-On Agile Coaching and I live in Australia. These are all my followers. And I worked in UK, Netherlands, India, Belgium, Australia on large complex projects. You can see my work history as well, complete overall 25 years of experience completely in IT. With this extensive experience, I floated this company called Hands-On Agile Coaching Company, and we structured all the training programs in such a way that they are going to really make the people job ready. That's very, very important. We do have a lot of training programs across the globe, but what I personally I have done a lot of research, and then what I felt is they are lacking a true empowerment for the students. The training is not about one-way teaching, just leaving them like that. Training is not about helping the people with the dumps or certification. There we are not really empowering the people. A true empowerment comes when we handhold the student hand and make them involved, make them part of the training. They have to practice, then only they will get that skill. If I pull a normal guy who is not having any skill on the driving, and then I keep him in the driver's seat and I give him the instructions, make him drive the car, then he acquire the driving skills. Similarly, the skill is acquired by doing it, not by reading, by watching. Logic is very simple. That is the reason I floated this company, Hands-On Agile Coaching, and we have been doing a lot of training programs. All the training programs are structured in a proper job-oriented, job-ready training. So we do the artificial intelligence, machine learning, Scrum Master, Product Owner. I personally do, and Tech business analyst. I think my audio is clear. That's okay. No, it's all good. I think yeah, my manager is saying that audio is not coming. But I assume that I am clear because no one is complaining here. Right. Okay, team. So right now, why we gathered here, we all showing expression of interest to learn Azure. What is this Azure? A Microsoft version of the cloud. Do we have any demand for Azure data engineer? We are hearing from the friends and family members, oh, we have a lot of demand for cloud, Azure cloud. Some people ask, oh, Lakshmi, why not AWS? If you see the Forbes article, if you see the Forbes article, maybe we have done the market research as well. And you can see this is from Forbes, why Microsoft Azure could take over. Oop, just 1 minute. It's just past, yeah. Why Microsoft Azure could take the cloud lead from Amazon by 2026. So based on the research, they have done that one. So Azure is going to be the global leader, making a key player. So that is the reason all our training programs are mostly based on the Azure cloud. So Azure DevOps, Azure DevSecOps, Azure Data Engineer, Azure AIML, all these things are based on Azure. Now coming to the demand, a lot of people, if they want to sell the course, they will talk a lot. So I always tell to my students, don't listen to Lakshmi, don't listen to anyone, always rely on the data. We are all going to be data engineers, right? The companies, how the company they take the data driven decisions. Even for our personal careers as well, we need to take the decisions based on the data. What does the data says? And if the data says that good is demand based on the research, then we can go for this one. Maybe what I will do, I will open maybe my advanced version of the chat GPT and asking, hey chat GPT, uh, hey chat GPT, so do we have any demand for the Azure data engineers in USA, India, Australia? What kind of demand you are seeing for students who are learning the Azure data engineering and analytics part? Let us see what is the, feedback. I'm just doing it on the live. So it is searching. I'm sure that all of you are aware of this chat GPT. So Yes, the healthy and growing demand for the engineering analytics skills in this Glassdoor. There are thousands of data listed. It is all giving the output based on the data that is posted in the Glassdoor, posted on the Indeed. Jobs outlook for the data engineer is solid. Okay, 21 force. Demand is rising and salary ranges is very good. And Australia Seek Azure data engineer yields thousands of job listing. And what kind of demand? Strong demand. Azure skill mix matters. The skill mix, yeah. So here it is asking about SQL and then familiarity with the PySpark and the Databricks. In our class, you are going to learn the Databricks. Vamshi is going to tell data ingestion tools, data factory, data functions. Yeah, that's a good thing. All right, team. So there is no second thought about whether we have demand or not. You can open Google and also ask Google. So if you ask Azure Data Engineers demand, and maybe just it will pick up some AI. And here you can see that the demand for data engineers is growing because why their demand is growing. So where you are the data engineers, they are going to act as a bridge between the data sources and the consumers. You are the bridge. You are going to get the data from various sources, from servers, from APIs, from lot of devices, and you have the big data. So you are the person responsible for cleaning, restructuring, loading to the parties and sharing with the different departments. Okay, so you can see data-driven decision making, cloud migration, integration with the AI. AI just completely works on the data. Comprehensive ecosystem, career outlook. All right, team. Cool. So in our class, we extensively cover both engineering and analysis part, both. So this is going to be 8-week training program starting from today, and it goes until Christmas, like we are talking about maybe around 15th of December. So today is going to be more of a warm-up class, and we are going to understand how the trainer is teaching, overview of the course content, and we are going to see a live demo on the Azure platform, and then we will see the next step. Each and every live class also will be recorded for your information. If you see, this is the Azure Data Engineering September 2025. This is an ongoing batch. You see that data pipeline. On the second day itself, all of you will be creating Azure accounts. You are going to learn the Azure pipelines, SQL. You are going to learn for 2-3 days, injections. And you see Azure Data Factory, and you will be building the pipelines, Python basics. You can see the folders. PySpark. If you double click on the PySpark, and you're going to see the reading material here and the recording. Our trainer Vamshi is also going to upload the practice data sets. So this is the September batch. For the October batch, I'm going to create another Google Drive, and all of you will be communicated with the Google Drive link to with this link to all the students. Okay, team, and you will be given a new Zoom link to join from next week. Okay, cool. All set. And you will be having a dedicated support on the WhatsApp group. This is not the first time. This is my WhatsApp group. If I just type here Azure, and you can see here all the batches that we have done previously. Azure. So this is the current. This is the September. This is an ongoing batch. I will just scroll here. Here you can see the people are asking questions. I noticed that I did not provide the care part and all those things. And Vamshi is saying that I uploaded blah, blah, blah. So you can have the conversations. So there is a group, October 2025. This is the group that I created. If you are not part of the group, please message me on my WhatsApp +614125163664. This is my WhatsApp number. And I always tell my students, if you want to check the authenticity of my, just open Google and type my number on Google. Google give me a lot of pages about me. Okay, team. All right. So everything is genuine and we are very transparent. We don't do any dodgy things or mischief things. We have a lot of credibility. That is the reason people come from all parts of the world. If I just to show here Africa, this is my WhatsApp. You can see thousands of students we trained, guided from Africa. Similarly, Canada here. And similarly UAE, United Arab Emirates, and also Australia, AUS here. So we have a lot of global attention. because of the care we are taking to the giving the students and a continuous support. It's just not only the training. After the training, CV preparation, LinkedIn, the job opportunities. I post a lot of job opportunities in the Telegram group. Maybe I will invite you to the Telegram group. No charges. What you have to do is simply click on this link. All links I'm sharing, they are very, very safe. And here, this is around 6,000 members are there. I'm the admin, and USA data engineer job. All you have to do is simply click on the links and you can directly start applying. Yeah, this is more into the cybersecurity area as well. Yeah, I post a lot of jobs here. Okay, team. Cool. Now I'm taking a step back. Let us invite Vamshi. Vamshi, okay, let me open Vamshi's LinkedIn as well so that all of you can see his face. So he's currently working as an AI scientist, solution architect in Microsoft and in Hyderabad location. And he's a super expert in the AI space, Azure, and he's our trainer for AI/ML as well. So he's really knowledgeable. Let us get most of his talent and let us use it to excel in our career. Okay, team. Thank you very much. I'm stepping back. Vamshi, over to you. So Vamshi, here we have good amount of talent. Some people are coming from non-IT background. Some people are coming from SQL, DBA, database administrators are there. So we have a mixed blend of students from all parts of the globe. So I'm keeping in your hands. So I know I'm very, very confident with the extensive experience you have in the teaching and coaching. We can really excel well. So yeah, over to you. Just help us, everyone, understand what exactly the data engineer will do. What are the real-time tools? How a day of the data engineer looks like, and the course content and the roadmap of learning. Please, thank you.
Right. First of all, thank you, sir, for giving this opportunity. And hello, guys. Hello, everyone. So this is your coach Vamshi here. So I'll be stepping in now. Right. So I'll put down the things in much simpler way. So there are a lot of things to discuss, but again, as I told you, let me put down things in as simple way as possible. All right. So now I mean, see, you might have heard about the different designations or the different keywords or the buzzwords in the market, like AI scientist, again, the machine learning engineer, data scientist, and again, a lot of keywords, data analyst, business analyst, or something else. Fine. But all these people rely on one person, data engineers here, data engineers. But what exactly does a data engineer do? I mean, what he exactly, I mean, how does he work actually? So, what kind of skills he need to know? Okay. So, I'll tell you, I mean, with some kind of interesting case studies. Now, some of you might be aware, and again, I'll also put down the things in much simpler way, right? And not go, I mean, much into some kind of technical kind of concepts here. So understand that. I mean, so today data is the real fuel, guys. Everyone, whoever it is, I mean, even if you go with an AI or a machine learning guy or data scientist or someone, everyone requires data here. Even a financial data analyst or a financial modeler or something. So even requires some kind of data. Right. And who is going to give them the data? In a simple words, I'll tell you, a data engineer. So, what are the importance of this person? Why we have this kind of role, or what is very specific about this particular role here? Let me explain you now. So now understand that you are going to, let me tell you, you're going to some kind of shopping. All right. So let us take the case of some kind of Walmart example. Now, one of the largest retailer across US and again some parts of the globe as well. Now, let me tell you. Now, Walmart has offline stores and again online as well, right? So you can purchase, customers can purchase going through offline stores or again some kind of online kind of portals as well. So they open simply some kind of Walmart, website, and again, they can purchase some kind of product. Similar is with Amazon or any kind of e-retailer or e-commerce portal, whatever you take in. Now, what happens here is, see, when you go MNC and purchase some kind of products, or even if you visit only online kind of websites and again you purchase through its site, data is getting generated in different formats here. This is what you need to understand. Now, as per the data classification or generation, data is categorized into some kind of ways here. I'll tell you. So we have structured data, all right? We have structured data, and then we have semi-structured data, and then we have unstructured, and then we have stream data. Now, previously there was only these three formats here, but now, a special case we have, which is part of unstructured data itself. So it is called as a stream data. Stream data, I'll tell you examples of this one, then we'll dive into the Walmart example. Structure data, as the name itself tells you, which has some kind of predefined structure. So already it has some kind of structure. For example, you see the data which is stored in some kind of table format. All right. Now, semi-structured is where, it will reside in some kind of file formats like CSV, text file, or some kind of Excel file, something. Unstructured, today, unstructured data generation is more. And again, let me tell you, as per some kind of McKinsey or Gartner or some other kind of people, right? So it is almost all more than 80%. The 80% of the data is being getting generated in this kind of format. Because see, you search for something over Google, data is getting generated in structure format. You book some kind of food online. You, book Ola or Uber rides here. So data is getting generated in structured format. You're, watching movies online. Data is getting generated. You're searching for something. Data is getting generated. You're posting something or social media, or even you are using some kind of mobile apps or something, data is getting generated. So likewise, there are different examples where this unstructured data is getting generated. Streaming data is a special concept. Now we are living in a smart world where we are even living with some kind of smart devices, right? Smart watches, smart refrigerators, smart TVs or something. All right. So this is a special kind of data. All right. So through sensor data, IoT data is a thing. This comes under streaming data. Now, likewise, you can, put all these kind of examples in a Walmart kind of retail project here. I'll tell you. So let's say the data, see, now when you visit some kind of store and when you purchase a product, a transaction is made. So we call it as a transaction in business terminology in simple ways. So what happens here is now those kind of transactions will be stored somewhere, right? Because Walmart will be maintaining that data, right? So who has purchased some kind of product here, all right? When he has purchased some kind of product, what kind of product he has purchased here. So all of them will be stored in some kind of format here. So let us try to understand. They have data which is stored in a table format, which is stored in some kind of file format. And of course, today you see this format is, used more JSON. So JSON is used in automation kind of environment, CI/CD process or something. All right. Parquet, again, big data format. So huge volumes of data. I'll be maintaining it in this, kind of files here. So today we are also dealing with big data, and data engineers will be actually dealing with big data. All right. APIs, so through some kind of web or something, and again, Excel or something. So let us say you have been given this different types of data. Now what you do? So do you think that these persons, this BI team or this data scientist or this ML people or this AI team or even financial, team, so they'll be working directly on this kind of formats here? No. All right. So then someone or some, see, there should be some kind of process, right? So someone has to do this kind of job here. So they have to, take in all this data, and again, they have to convert them, and again, they have to give them or they have to share them this particular data in a, readable format or in some kind of understandable format in simple ways, right? So because see, SQL data, if go with a table, right? I can look at it simply. CSV also I can understand by opening something, CSV, Excel, some kind of file. But Parquet is not like that. Okay, so you require some kind of processing engine or some kind of tool like Spark or Apache Spark or something. So where you can open and again read its contents here. Similarly, APIs also. So likewise, I mean, see, if you have been given this different data, let us try to understand all the sales transactions are getting stored in this different formats here. Now, what you do? So that is the question here. All right. So because see, everyone today requires data because even a data analyst or a business analyst, right, it requires some kind of data for a user consumption. Now you'll be preparing some kind of reports, dashboards. Data scientist, he will be applying some kind of statistical inferences on the data. Machine learning people, as you people know, they want to go with predictions, classification, something. Now AI people want to, develop their AI models like Chat GPT or something else here. All right. Now, everyone requires data, right? But who is going to give them this data? When data is into different formats, how things happen in real world, that is the concept here. So that is the process, or this is entire thing is some kind of process, and this process will be done by a person called data engineer. So that is his responsibility. And data engineers are a vital kind of role in any organization today. Wherever, companies are having data, so there is a need for a data engineer. See, later on, you can even employ data scientists or ML people on top of that one. But without this person, right, no analytics team can survive today. So that is the situation we have here. Because I'm having huge amounts of data. For example, let me tell you, Walmart has huge amounts of data with them because daily some kind of millions of transactions goes on. I mean, they have millions of transactions. So now what will they do with that particular data? Because see, not only getting some kind of sales, they're also interested into finding out if I release a new product in the market, right? Which of my customers would purchase this product here? So if a customer say, see, is interested in iPhone or Samsung Galaxy phones, right? So why they are interested in that one? What is that feature they are going with? So we have to also know about this one. So one, see, we can find out the answers for these kind of questions only when we have proper data. So we need to do all this data processing kind of task. And again, data engineers are responsible in order to do that one. Now, what is the concept of a pipeline? What is data lake? What is lakehouse? Let us try to understand in detail. And I'll also show you practically how things work here. What are the tools that we will be using on Azure and why Azure? So already you came to know. I'll also give you a short glimpse of about that one also. So we'll also try to understand that. So likewise, see, as I told you, you have lots of data now. All right. So gone are those kind of days. So before cloud, right, we had data warehousing kind of systems here. You people know this one. Now in data warehouse, there are limitations here. So it can only, go with structured data. It can't help you load some kind of unstructured data, semi-structured data, and forget about streaming data. You can't even store unstructured data. So there is no point of dealing with streaming data. So that is the limitation we had in data warehousing. And again, so with cloud, right, we now have this powerful concept here, data lake. Now, first of all, when I have different amounts of data, right, first I need to at least store that data somewhere. All right, at least store that data somewhere here because my data warehouse would not help me to store different types of data. It can only help me to maintain some kind of table data, that is structured data. Now, what if I have semi-structured data, unstructured data, and again, as I told you, streaming data. And we spoke something that more than 80% of the data is unstructured data. So streaming data is also part of this one. Now, if I have that amounts of data, right? So where do I store it? So we have a concept called as data lake. So this is a cloud kind of concept here. It can help us store huge amounts of data. Now, how huge here? Even petabytes of data we can even store here. Whereas compared to data warehouse, in a data warehouse, the volumes is limited here. So we can maintain hardly TBs of data. And do not think that a thousands TBs or something. No, hardly few TBs, like 10 to 100, some kind of TBs here. Because see, it is purely on-premises data warehouse. On-premises means you have a physical server, you configure it, you maintain that particular data, and when the server is up, you have to again move to other server here. That means you have to purchase some other server, again configure it, again store your data likewise. So how many servers you will be maintaining in that way? So it is not possible for everyone, right? Even for the larger organizations also, it is not possible here. Think of a Meta, think of Amazon, or think of Walmart, or think of Nasdaq, or think of other kind of people who have lots of data with them. Now, let us take the case of Amazon. Where do they store that huge amounts of data? Amazon has its presence in all countries across the globe here. Now, Walmart even it is the biggest, retailer across North America. All right. Now, I mean, daily they have lots of people coming to the stores and again purchasing some kind of products here. So some kind of transactions will be happening. Think of where do they maintain this a huge amounts of data. Even it is not possible for the bigger organizations also to, I mean, maintain this physical infrastructure. That is the reason they are moving to cloud now. All right. So on cloud, we have this kind of concept called as data lake, wherein data lake will help you to maintain huge amounts of data, and that too, I mean, you can maintain different formats of data. I'll also show you practically. All right. So that means, see, I have CSV file, I have table data, I have Parquet file, I have JSON file, I have different other types of data. I can maintain everything here. That is the beauty of this data lake here. All right. So that is a powerful concept. Next, what I do, see now we discussed that data warehouse could only, I mean, deal with structured data. You can see this one. And data lake will help you with storing different formats of data like structured, semi-structured, unstructured, streaming, everything. But if I combine the power of both of these things, right, I will be, I mean, see, it will be very helpful for me to maintain and process all the data at one single place. That is called as data lakehouse. Data warehouse plus data lake is the concept of a lakehouse here. So the concept of data engineering is like bring all the, I mean formats under one single roof here, and also bring all the developers under one single roof here. All right, because see, it is something like, I mean, you're purchasing some kind of products in different stores across the city. I mean, so is that, I mean, like for example, easier or I mean, if I tell you that all the products are available only in one particular store, so no need to waste your time and money. So you can go to this particular store and purchase all of your products. So that would be fine. Now, I mean, see, if I go with only one store, which I have, where I have all the products, that would be very helpful for me, right? So that is what is data lakehouse here. So we are combining the powers of all these kind of things here. Now, previously we had data warehouse. Again, people, I mean, spoke something about big data kind of thing, Hadoop framework here. All right, Hadoop. Now for big data, I'm going with Hadoop. For data, I mean, see, for structured data, I'm going with Dataverse. So all these are different compute kind of engines in technology terms here. But what if I say you that I have one powerful architecture where I can deal with any type of data, any formats of data. So that is what is called as lakehouse. And as a data engineer, right, you will be building this particular architecture. So now let me explain you what happens here. So as I told you, the data is stored in different formats here. So what you do, you actually extract and I mean the data from different source systems here. As a data engineer, you build the concept of a data pipelines here. So data pipelines, you can think of like, for example, some kind of data carrier. So you ingest and again all the data through this pipelines here. Now, after ingesting them, right, you have to store somewhere, right? So I mean, I told you something about the data lake. So you store all the data into this data lakehouse, and then you use this, I mean, architecture called lakehouse kind of architecture, which in other terms also called delta lake. Do not worry, we'll discuss that in our sessions later. What is delta lake? Now, finally, what I do, I process all my data here. So I clean the data, I format the data, I mean, perform transformations on the data, right? Because see, now when you're dealing with the data, this huge amounts of different formats of data, right? Data might contain different discrepancies here. So meaning it might contain duplicates, it might contain some kind of missing values, it might contain some unwanted values. So all of these things I'll be dealing with, I'll be removing them. And finally, I'll be applying some kind of transformations. Transformations means sometimes I want to know what is the overall sales here with particular regions or particular products or something. All right. Now I want to know, I mean, last month, right? What is the overall sales for Apple iPhones here? iPhone 17. Now iPhone 17 has been launched, as you people know. Now what is the overall sales of, I mean, last month here? So similarly, when the time it was released, right? So until today, that means until the business hours, yesterday business hours, right? What were the total transactions, total number of transactions, or how much sales Apple has got here? Now, in order to know this one, right, we have to know some kind of, we apply some kind of transformation techniques here. Like we go with some kind of aggregations. Like I want to know total sales. What are the average sales across different cities in USA? Or likewise, I join different kinds of data sources. All right, I filter some kind of data or I update some kind of data. Likewise, there are different things involved in transformations. Finally, when I'm done with all these things, right, I maintain a clean and formatted data somewhere here. All right, in this particular lakehouse itself. So that data, I'll be sharing it to these people here, these people. So this is the entire story. All right. So data engineers deal with a wide variety of ways here. So they work in a wide variety of roles and again, wide formats here. That means, see, it's not only about data extraction. It is not only about the ETL process. Here we follow ELT process. Now in data warehouse, we had the concept of, see, in data warehouse, we had the concept of ETL. Now ETL stands for extraction, all right, transformation, and then loading. All right. So what do you mean by this one? So you extract the data from different sources, you actually transform it, and then you load it. But the traditional formats doesn't work out here. So we will be going with ELT process here rather than ETL, ELT. So it's something like I'm telling you to extract the data, load the data into data lakes here, then perform your transformations. Because firstly, I need to load that data somewhere, right? So I'll be loading it into my data lakes here. Because traditional systems, as I told you, it won't work out with data warehousing. All right. So that means it works only with structured data. All right. So this is the concept. Now let us put these things aside. Let me show you how things work practically here. All right. So let me show you how does it work here. Now this is my Azure portal. So, I mean, what we exactly do here, how things work in real world, how do you build a pipeline here, basically? So I'll show you now. So let me go with this one. I'll create some kind of storage account here. Do not worry with this terminology. We'll discuss this again, but see, I'm just showing you how things work, right? How practically, we perform some kind of activities as a data engineer. That is what my intention is. All right. So in detail, we'll be learning once we start with our actual sessions from next week onwards. So now resource group is something. So resource groups tells you where you want to deploy your services here. Now you're building something, guys, some application or a website or something. Now in on cloud, right? See who will be maintaining our data? The cloud service providers, right? Now because we are not hosting something, we are not configuring something. For example, let us try to understand. You're using Gmail. So are you creating it? Are you configuring it? No, right? You're just using that particular service, but that service is offered to you from somewhere here. All right. So in cloud terminology, we call them as resource groups here. Practically, your data will be stored in some kind of data centers across the globe here. So I'll discuss this concept later. Now, so what I'll do, I'll create some kind of resource group with some kind of name here. So I'll go with this name. And here my intention is to store the data somewhere. So I'm creating a storage account here. On Azure, we call it as a storage account. Similarly, in AWS, we have S3 bucket kind of concept here. All right. Now let me give it some kind of name. So blob OCT 25 something I'll give. Okay. It is available and region. I'm deploying my application in East US region. So you can even go with the different regions here. So we'll discuss it later. Preferred storage type. So it is actually I'm viewing with blob storage and data lake storage. And then I'll use LRS. So let me click next here. Then what I'll do, I'll click on review plus create. In data warehouse, we can maintain only structured data. Structured data, in other words, and is also called as relational data. Data which is only in relational format, that is in a table format. But here I'll show you, you can maintain different types of data. Fine. So guys, relax. We'll also have all the questions here. So do not worry. Please try to understand the concept here first. Then I'll answer all of your questions later. First understand the flow. So what I'm doing basically is I'll tell you about this kind of architecture here. For example, now see, in real world, you'll be working with this kind of concept, guys, in your projects here. All right. So this kind of concept here. So first we have the concept of data factory. So using data factory, you actually ingest the data into some kind of data lake here. So this is called as a data lake. Now, what is bronze, silver, gold? So that is the process we follow in Lakehouse. I told you about Delta Lake, right? We'll discuss that one. Now, what you do, now the data is available here. We connect it to Azure Databricks here. We also have Data Factory also using Data Factory is where we build data pipelines. So all of the data, if at all you want to process only with some kind of Apache PySpark here, we can do that using Databricks here. Finally, you can even load it through Power BI or something likewise. Now, let me even tell you Azure Data Factory pipeline. Now, let me show you this one. See, let us say you are having some kind of data. Understand that this is some kind of product related data or something. So you have it in blob storage. Now we are creating blob storage and using Azure Data Factory pipeline, you have to ingest this particular data, I mean, from blob storage to SQL database or data lake. So I'll show you data lake now. SQL database, we'll learn it in this session. And then how to access that particular data, I'll show you now. See, so our deployment is complete on cloud here. All right, so let me click on go to resource. So here the concept is data will be maintained in a container. So I have to create a container. So this container is different from deployment containers. This is a storage container. All right. So blob files, I'll call it, I'll give it some kind of name. Right. So here now I'll show you I can maintain different types of data. Let me upload some kind of data here. Let me show you. Look at this. I have different types of data. I'll show you something. Yeah, ADE. And then we have data sources. Now let me show you. See, I have products here. Let me go with this permanent, this JSON file here, and then office supplies, items, and then parquet file, as I told you. And all right. So contract and all right, text use. This is other kind of file here. So let me open this. Look at this, how easily I'm able to load the data and again maintain the data here. Now, this is not possible in data warehouse because data warehouse you have to convert again this all this kind of data into structured format. All right, but every data you can't convert it into a structured data. Let me tell you. Now, if there is big data, now we can't convert directly into some structured format. Simple CSV file or Excel file, I can convert them. What about JSON? Can you do that one? So we have JSON data. I'm able to even maintain text data, CSV data. All right, Parquet data, big data formats here. All right, see, look at this one. Fine. Now what I'll do, so I'll also create another storage account here. So where I'll be loading. All right, let me show you something. I'm creating another storage account, guys. See what I'm doing basically is now I have some kind of data. I've created a block storage. I have some data here. All right. So next, let me also create some kind of target storage where I want to move that data or ingest that data. All right. Here I'll be creating the concept of a data lake because we spoke something about data lakes, right? So let me do that one.
Can I ask a
So
question?
yes, please go on.
So the first storage you created is
Mhm.
data lake storage. So you are still creating another data lake storage in second one.
So the first storage is a blob storage. It's not a data lake storage. Now I'm creating a data lake storage. So blob is also similar to data lake kind of concept, but there are some kind of differences here. So the differences part, we'll discuss it in our actual sessions. Simply to say, data lake has more storage space and more control, and again, over blob storage. Blob just access some kind of data backups and something. So we use blob in that way in real world.
Okay, so the file you uploaded now, you loaded it in block storage.
Yes,
That is
yes,
that is the source. Now the
yes, yes.
destination you are
Is
you are
data lake.
create is data lake.
Yeah.
So are we putting structured data to the data lake or unstructured data?
You
Both.
can put any kind of data, structured, unstructured, any format of data, it will allow. That's the concept here.
Before you created it, I saw a preferred storage. They put it there, blob storage or data lake storage. I saw it on your resource before you created it. I saw that.
Mhm. See, let me tell you guys. See, first of all, on cloud, you need to have some kind of stores and some kind of target, right? So source here, I'm creating it as a blob, and again, I'm storing some kind of files into it. So understand that you are having some kind of data in that particular blob. Now, what I do, I have to move it to my target account or destination, right? So here, my destination is a data lake. So how do you move that data? So you have to, go with the pipeline concept here. So I'll also create a pipeline and I'll show you how you would move that particular data in. So let me do that one. Now, even here as well. So what I do, I have some, I mean, I'll be creating some kind of container here. So target files. All right, I call it as this kind of name. Let me create it. Okay, so this target files will be empty in the initial case because my pipeline has to move the data from block to this particular destination. So that the concept here. Right. So now what I do, now I have my source account and target account. So I need to have a pipeline, right? So now in order to build that pipeline or configure that one, we need to go with Data Factory. So in Azure, we have this service called Azure Data Factory. So I need to configure this first. It's very simple to configure. Let me go with the same resource group here. Let some name I'm giving it. And let me click on review plus create. And so it will create this course. So let me click on create. All right. So you can see the deployment is complete. Now let me refresh this. See how this service is created now. So what I need to do, you have to click on this data factory and then click on this launch studio to get into your data factory. Right? And you can see these are some kind of components you have: ingest data, orchestrate, transform data, configure SSIS, something. All right. So now, I mean, see, now let me show you some step by step how you can do this one. So the first concept is I need to create a link service. Now, what is link service? In simple ways, when you have to move the data from this particular source to this target here, you have to first establish a connection to your link service and again to your, see, to your source and to your target here. Only then you can move, right? So it's basically what I'm doing is, see, I'll show you in a whiteboard. Oh my God, what is this? I think there is some problem with this one. I don't know. Let me once again open this. So it seems there is some problem with this application. No problem. So we can even go with this one. So basically what I'm doing is I'll show you. Okay, so I'm creating two account. I have my source here and I have my target here. So I'll be creating a pipeline and I'll be moving into it. So first of all, I need to establish a connection. All right. So to this one. So I'll do that one using this. Now here is where you can see the different kinds of, okay, so sources here from where you can pull in the data. So let me categorize this for you. If at all you are having some kind of data in other Azure products or other Azure services here, you can look at this. Now we have blob storage. So I'll be using this blob storage as my source here. Now other things are Azure AI Search, Cosmos DB, so data lake, again, Lakehouse here, Delta Lake, everything you have. Now you can even go with some other databases also, like you have Amazon databases, Amazon Redshift, Google, Apache Impala, Google Ads, IBM DB2, HP Greenplum, Google BigQuery, Apache Hive, IBM Informix, MariaDB, Microsoft Access, Netezza, Oracle, MySQL, Postgres, Presto, SAP, Snowflake, Sybase, Teradata, SQL Server on-premises, and Spark, and again Vertica. Look at this, how many databases support you have where you can pull in the data and you can even load the data also into this kind of formats. And look at, if it is files, so files are nothing but here the concept is data lakes here. So we have S3 bucket as I told you. And again, so we also have Google storage also on Google Cloud. We have this, the same kind of data lake kind of concept, Oracle as well. Lakehouse, this is again Microsoft platform, HDFS, Hadoop distributed file system. All right. So other FTP and SFTP protocols here. So file transfer protocol, we call them as. Now, generic protocols is where it will help you the data to extract the data from web sources here. Like as I told you, right, APIs. So using HTTP's REST API, something. And then if you have some kind of data in a NoSQL format, so big data kind of format, right? So Cassandra, MongoDB, something. And then we have also, now let us say data is also stored in some kind of apps kind of things also. We have different apps here today. All right. No, Asana. If you take this one, right? Project managers use this particular tool, Asana. All right. So similarly, you have other kind of applications like Microsoft 365 platform, GitHub. You people know this. I mean, popular developer community. So Google Sheets, HubSpot, again, which is used in e-commerce applications a lot. So Dynamics CRM. Jira, you people will be using Jira, right? As a product managers, project managers, Scrum people. Okay, so they will be using this kind of concept also. So Microsoft 365 Office Suite here, QuickBooks, QuickBase, SAP kind of sources. All right, Sales Force here, ServiceNow, SharePoint online portal, Shopify e-commerce platform, Smartsheet, Square, TeamDesk, Twilio, Webtable, Zero, Zendesk. All right, so data.world here. So look at this, what kind of applications you have support with. So I mean, see, let me tell you, Azure Data Factory has almost all 100 plus different connectors here, which can help you to connect to different kinds of data sources. You are looking at this list here, right? So from wherein I can pull the data. Now, my data is available or stored in a blob storage. So what I'll do, initially I'll go with blob here. I'm connecting to blob here. I'm establishing a connection to my blob here. That's the meaning. Now I'll give it some kind of name. Then what I do, don't worry all the steps here. So this is just, understand that I'm going with the flow here. All right. So in detail, we'll be learning all these kind of concepts with our actual sessions here. Do not worry. So as of now, I'm just showing you the process or the flow here. So let me just, so what I do, I can click here. All right. So now I'll test the connection. See, connection is successful. That means it has successfully created connection to my source account. So what is my source account? It is a blob here. So that means we have made connection to this part here. Now again, we have to make connection to this part, right? So that is our target here. So let us do it. See, let me again go to the same link service. Now, where is my target? What is my target here? To where I want to move this one? Data lake. So I'll be typing in data lake. You can see this app here. And then now click continue. Same steps here. Data lake. So I'll be going with my subscription and then my account here. So this is my account. And then test the connection. All right. So click on create. All right. So now I have successfully created a connection to my source and my target. Now what's next here? I need to build a pipeline. So let me do it. All right. So I can do it in a quick way. For example, I'll go to this data sets here. So first where is my data set located? In blob only, right? So see, these are the file formats. Now where your blob can help you store with. So Avro is again some kind of big data format. Events, yes. What's your question?
When you created a link service, what security, what account is creating that link service? And what
I'm
kind of
creating link service in a data factory. Link service with link service, right? I'm actually establishing a connection to my source and my target here. Because first of all, you have to give that connection to your pipeline. Only then it can pick up the data from somewhere. It can extract the data from some location and it will move the data to some other location. So for this movement, right, I need to establish a connection. Likewise.
So what I'm saying is that do you need any kind of permission to be able to create that link service?
Not required.
Okay. Thank
All
you.
right. So yeah, so you can see guys, these are the available formats here. Abro, ORC, Parquet, these are big data formats. Binaries, text files, CSV, as you people know, these are some kind of delimited files here. Excel files and again JSON kind of format. All right. So now let me go with delimited. We'll also go with other formats later. So click continue. The years I'll go with, let's say, products in, I'll give it some kind of name in this way. And then I'll connect my connector here. So now it will show me, to extract some kind of data, which data I want to move here. All right. So from here, let's say I'll go with products.csv. So let me click OK. Let me click OK again. So it has now, I've given connection to my container wherein it has picked up this particular file. Similarly, I have to also give it the instruction to, load that particular file in data lake. So I have to create another data set as well. Do not worry, this concepts here. Okay, so just look, understand the flow here. All right. Now, once you want to load this data into this data lake, right? So you have this options here in which format you want to load, because Data Factory not only lets you store the data as it is, you can even convert them to other kind of formats. That is the beauty of this one. Now in data warehouse, right, we have only one format, that is structured format. You can't maintain the data in different formats. That is also the limitation we have there. And in data lake, we have this Apache Iceberg kind of concept. So we'll discuss it later in our sessions here. So again, the same concept. So this one additional concept they have added here. So let me, as of now, let me store it as it is. You can even store it in a different format as well. So let me click continue and let me give it some kind of name. Rex out. This one. And again. So see my target file, that is where is this target files located in my data lake, right? Now this is empty. So this is where I need to load this data. So I'm instructing it very clearly. So this is what you have to do here. Fine. Now, once I have my data set also, I've given, so the next thing is I have to create a pipeline object here. So what I'll do, I'll use some kind of copy data tool. So this is my pipeline here. So this is a pipeline. Now I have already all the objects that have been created. So I need to just, give connections here. So I'll go to the source here. So I'll instruct it. This is my input data set and go to the sink here. So this is my output data set. And then I'll copy products from block to data lake. So I'll give it a small, some kind of naming, that some kind of description, and I'll rename my pipeline products. All right. So before I even execute my pipeline, as a best practice, you will always have to test. Okay. So that means you have to check for if there is any kind of errors or not. All right. So in order to do that one, right, I'll go and click on publish all here. So this publish all will do two things. One thing is it will validate your objects here. If there is anything error, it will let you know. And the second thing is if there is no error, it will create and save these objects in your data factory. So publishing completed with green check mark, and meaning I do not have any errors in my process or in my creation here. All right. So now I'll debug this one and my pipeline. See, debug is nothing but I'm executing the pipeline. So you can, in Azure Data Factory, you can execute a pipeline then and there itself, or you can schedule to execute it at a later point of time. So we'll discuss that in our actual sessions. So we have a lot of things to discuss, guys. All right.
I have a question.
Yes, please go on.
Yeah, what's the difference between the copy data and data flow activity?
Copy data flow will just let you copy the things here. That means you can copy some kind of files, any kind of objects. Data flow is where you apply transformation part on that data. So if at all you want to transform, let's say you want to join something, you want to apply some kind of aggregate calculations on the data. You have to update some kind of data. You have to format some kind of data. So that is where you go with the data flow transformations. Copy is very simple. It will only let you copy. Do not perform anything.
Oh, okay. So if in case, let's say we have like we are copying from a SQL server to a SQL server, right? And we have like a view we are calling, or we have like a store procedure we are calling. Can we use a store procedure within this pipeline?
Of course, you can use it, but stop procedure is not even required here. The concept is different here. All right. So what you told, I understood, but again, you can do that one. Yes. All right. So guys, you can let me show you. So you can see this one. If I click on this one, right? So it shows you something in image format here. So it has successfully copied data from the blob storage, which is into this region, to data lake storage, which is into this region. You can even move to some different regions also. All right. So that's not a problem here. So this is, but again, in order to test it, MNC, you have to verify it, right? So let me show you something. See, I go to data lake. I go to this to container part and then go to the target files. Previously it was empty. Now you can see some kind of file here. All right. So look at this. Now in order to view it, you can click on view and edit. So you can see the data. All right. So this is your data now. See, previously earlier it was empty. Now, I mean, you can see the file. I mean, okay. So ingested by your pipeline. All right. Yes, Evans.
So when you were on your blob storage on your source, you had data in different format, right? And I
Mm.
noticed that data set, you only choose the CSV. In
Mm-hmm.
your pipeline to move data to the data lake, can you move
Mm-hmm.
just one type of format of file, or it must be just one data set per time you're building your pipeline?
No, no, no. Let me tell you, here this was just an example to show you, but in real world, we can ingest more than one file. We can even ingest all the file types here.
Okay, okay, that means as we progress in the course, we'll know because when I noticed when you're choosing your data set, you choose
Yeah,
CS.
using only one pipeline, we can ingest multiple formats also. Like even if you have 100 CSV files, 200 tables, I mean, 50 Parquet files or 50 JSON files, we can move all these files, we can ingest all these files in a one single shot here. All right. So
Okay,
using one single pipeline, we can do that one. And in
okay,
our actual sessions, we are going to work on that case study. So we have that case study as a scenario. I mean, in our actual sessions, we'll also be doing that one.
sounds good.
So, my question here is,
Mhm.
when you choose the um link services, we choose
Hmm.
the block storage. So we have to
Hmm.
choose those services based on where our data stored to, on destination and on source. Is that correct?
Yes. So in real world as well, you'll be given some kind of requirement document. So they will clearly tell you where your data sources are located, and you have to establish connections to those data sources. All right. So using a pipeline, again, you have to pick up those particular files here. And again, the target would be obviously data lake or Azure SQL database. Data lake for maintaining all the unstructured, semi-structured kind of data. And again, Azure SQL database for maintaining structured data. So this is how we go
So
with.
I have a follow-up question there.
Hmm.
So when we are moving the data from different sources, so
Hmm.
we store it from block storage. Does it
Hmm.
mean that block storage as well can take semis and structured data and any kind of data, right?
Mhm.
Likewise, data link. So you can the data lake and the block storage, they can store any type of data there.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Okay.
See, guys, the concept is simple. You will be given some kind of data. Let me tell you, MNC.
So
I'll
I
also
got
tell
a,
you.
I have a follow-up question on that. So
Yeah, yeah, this one.
if the block storage and the data lake can store any kind of data, why do we need one over the other?
Why we?
Why do we need one over the other if it can store the same data?
Okay. Yeah, let me tell you. See, generally, now in real world scenarios, right, blob storage, if they are going with this one, so this is not a, I mean, compulsion that you need to also go with blob storage. If they are maintaining this one, probably they would maintain it for a data backups here. All right, because you will be playing with your actual data set in data lake here. So if in case you want to maintain them as a backups, right, you can store them somewhere. So blob storage can be used in that way. But the actual primary storage is data lake. Primary storage is data lake. And let me also tell you, blob can only maintain some amounts of data compared to primary, this data lake here. So data lake is very huge here. You can configure it to store, I mean, different volumes of data, huge volumes of data. compared to blob here. So that is why we go with actually data lake only. Blob is just used as a backup kind of thing. That's it.
So
All right.
that means you can use data lake as your source and still use data lake as your target.
Exactly. We can even do that one. So understand
Okay.
that through some kind of external application, some kind of data is getting, I'm getting some kind of data through some kind of external application. Think in that way. It is getting, ingested into blob here. Now what I do, so see, the moment I get that file in my blob, I immediately move it to a data lake and immediately delete from my blob here. So this also we can do it. All right. So your source can also be a data lake. Your target can also be a data lake. Your source can be some kind of SQL database. Your target can be a data lake. Your source can be a data lake. Your target can be SQL database also. It's how do you want to design your flow? Again, it depends upon the type of data you have. Because if we have structured data, definitely we'll be going with SQL database. If you're having unstructured data, think of different ways here. Where do you want to store it? Obviously, we'll be going with data lakes. So that's the concept in real world actually.
Mm. I don't
Yeah.
I,
Quick
I don't know
question.
if
When you were
ask
creating
Guys, one
a
by one,
blob
please. Yeah.
storage, sorry, when
Yeah.
you were creating a blob storage on a data lake, the
Yeah.
process the process was the same.
Yes.
What
Yes.
differentiate if it's a blob or it's a data lake because you create them the same, you follow the same process. I didn't see you make any difference between a blob and a data lake. You create them the same process. So how do you differentiate them?
Differentiate them. Let me tell you. See, when you create these accounts, right? Let me tell you something. Now, if you go to a data lake container, you see how do you differentiate is hierarchical namespace. So in the case of data lake, right, this will be enabled here. Now, what is hierarchical namespace is in your data lake, I can maintain the data in some kind of hierarchy. See, this concept is similar to the HDFS, Hadoop Distributed File System. See, actually, it tries to read the data. Any kind of data you give it, it trees, and again, it helps us to store the data in a file format here. I can maintain some kind of hierarchies. Hierarchies means I can maintain country folder. Inside country folder, I can have state folder. Inside state, I can have some kind of city folder likewise. So year, again month and again some kind of week, again day, likewise, this kind of hierarchy. But that is not possible with the case of blob here. So blob is a flat namespace. You can, see everything is also is called as a blob. So this hierarchical namespace will be disabled here. I can't maintain the data in hierarchies. So this is the difference actually. So that is why practically in real world, we actually store the data, in data lakes here, primary. Only the thing is I'm using blob as a backup here. Okay. So, but again, we'll be purging the data sets in blob here. That means we'll be removing from time to time. For maintenance purpose, I'll be going with data lakes here. So this is the concept here. All right. So once I have, let me tell you the flow here. What happens in real world case studies, I'll tell you now. See, once you have this account, right? For example, once you have the files here. Now the concept is in two things here. You have structured data, and then you have unstructured here. Unstructured data, see, it also contains semi-structured streaming data, everything. So let me show you with some kind of examples. For example, let's say you have CSV, you have JSON file with you, you have Parquet, because you're also dealing with huge amounts of data. The data is also getting stored in big data file format like Parquet and Excel. So you have all this kind of data. Fine. Now think of this one. You have text files also. Here you have structured data. That means only some data which is stored in a table format. Now what you do? What are the flow that you'll be using? How you'll design your architecture here? So let me show you as a data engineer, right? Unstructured data, where you'll load this one. Obviously, I can't store this Parquet kind of JSON into this format here. So here I'll be going with the data lake here. In short, it is also called ADLS, Azure Data Lake Storage. Now here the structured data, because it is relational data and it is a table format, I need to go with something called as Azure SQL database on Azure Cloud here. Now you have data which is stored in these two formats here, SQL database and ADLS. Now what you do? If it is SQL database, I already have data factory. We have transformations inside data factory. I can make use of that one. But what else if you have some kind of unstructured data, huge amounts of unstructured data, all right? So as I told you, right, 80% of the data is being generated in that particular format. Now but other people are waiting for the data. So the data engineer has to give this one. So what you do? So you connect this to your Databricks here. On Databricks, right, we use some kind of concept called Apache PySpark. All right. So using Apache PySpark, what we'll do, we'll try to read in data from different file formats and we'll process and again we'll make into one format, that is Delta format. So let me also show you that. All right. So here I'll be using, see, you can understand one thing. Let me tell you some other interesting things here. ADF, also called Azure Data Factory. In short, we call it as ADF, guys. All right. So let me even do it for you. Azure Data Factory. Now we have built data pipelines using this one, right? So it is called as Azure Data Factory. So this is a no code tool. No code tool. All right. Now we have something called as Azure Databricks. This is a program kind of environment. So it involves some kind of code here. And again, even before we discuss Databricks, I'll also teach you about Python and Apache Spark. All right. So which is also called Apache PySpark. All right. So we'll also be learning Python and Apache Spark separately even before we move to Databricks. Because see, I'll tell you, Databricks is again an interactive and again integrated environment. Yeah, just a minute. All right. So Databricks is again some kind of interactive and integrated environment wherein I can use two different things here. I can apply SQL queries on top of my data frame. Here we call it as data frames, guys. So the every concept, now whatever you store, whether it is a file or some kind of table, whatever it is, we try to read the data into data frames. Data frame is again a similar concept to table. Do not worry about that. We'll discuss it later. Now here Databricks provides me with two different things. You can have the option to, query your data using SQL queries, or you also have the option to write some kind of Apache PySpark kind of code here, Python code. All right, so look at this. Now I have some kind of data called office supplies here. Fine, I have moved it from my data lake to this environment. Now what I'm doing, I'm actually querying this particular data and it is giving me this result here. Look at this. All right. And also, I can also write some kind of PySpark code also. As I told you, right? Spark.read.format of CSV, option header as true, option inverse schema 2, and load that particular file. I've given some kind of path here. And it is giving me the same result. So you have two different options here. Now, if at all you have Parquet, JSON kind of thing, I have to go with PySpark kind of data here, all right, in order to read the data. Because what I told you, every data can't be processed in the same way, right? So you have to, go with different ways in order to process and again convert that particular data, store all the data again into one particular format, and then give it to the downstream systems or the other teams here, all right? So this is the entire process, guys. So create a data frame from a CSV file. So look at this one. So this is the format here. And then you can even query it also, as I told you. So you can look at this one. All right, I'm writing it into Delta. All right, so Delta, do not worry about Delta. We'll discuss it. This is a beautiful concept we have. What I'm doing basically is I'm converting different formats of data into one format. And here you can see we have visualizations also. Firstly, I've queried the data here, select region, sum of units into unit price as total sales from office supplies group by region. I've written a simple query and it has given me this particular result here. The same result, I can even visualize it in Databricks notebooks as well. So you can go with this visualization. So this is some simple bar chart here. All right. Or you can even visualize it in other chart, pie chart here. All right. So look at this one, guys. Right. So look at this here as well. Okay. You can even visualize it in different ways as well. All right. Okay. So you can play with your unstructured data in this way, guys. And again, if see, now I've shown you ADF environment, I've shown you Databricks environment. So if you want the power of both environments into one single tool, so that is where we have this Fabric, Microsoft Fabric here. All right. So you can visualize anything, you can analyze anything, you can build a lakehouse, you can maintain tables here, you can even maintain files here, you can even visualize it with Power BI, everything. All right. So this is a Fabric platform. All right, so you can understand now. So what is the power of this particular data concept here? All right. So finally, what I can do now, once I have the data in format, all right, then I can finally share this data to multiple other teams here. Now, these teams, anyways, they require data, reliable data. So that is why they are relying on data engineers here. All right, because they can't work with wide varieties of data. That is the problem with them. All right. So don't think that this AI team, ML team, or data science, even a business analyst or a data analyst will be working with this wide varieties of data. They can't go, guys. I mean, they can't work on this. So you as a data engineer, you are responsible to give them some kind of reliable data. You will be building this as an entire process. This has some kind of architecture here. We call them as lake house architecture. All right. You work in a different ways because see, now when you have data in different formats, you even work in different ways in order to, make it into in a readable format. All right. So that is what is data engineer's power is. All right. Finally, you'll be maintaining. So you'll be giving them this format and they might use this data for multiple other purposes. It's up to them. All right. So likewise, so a BI team will be using the data given by you. I mean, they will be preparing some kind of reports, dashboards, or something using some kind of BI tool like Tableau, Power BI, or something. And again, data scientists, they might be applying some kind of statistical modeling techniques, statistical inferences on the data. And ML team, they'll be going with predictions, classifications on the data. Or AI team might be using the data given by you. I mean, so they might be training their AI models, like, for example, ChatGPT. Now, in order to create that ChatGPT, right, I have to first train my model. So only then it can give me reliable results here. Likewise. So data is the real fuel. Data is the actual engine oil here. All right. So you can understand that way. So, and a data engineer provides this data to them. This is the entire story, guys. All right. So given any kind of data to you, so what will you do? How will you convert it into a readable format here? So some kind of reliable format. Data here works in a variety of ways here. You will be using different tools here. So that's the process here. So now let me show you what kind of concepts we'll be learning as part of this. So our course is designed to equip or give you knowledge as a full stack data engineer, not just into one particular tool here. So we'll be working with a wide variety of tools here, all right, as a data engineer. Now, let me tell you. So initially we'll be starting off with the Azure basics here. Then we'll be moving ahead with data engineering. First, you need to understand the Azure platform. So what are the services offered by Azure for data engineers? Now, Azure, see, it is a public cloud platform from Microsoft, guys. It has so many services here. Now, data scientists rely on some services. AI people go with some services. Machine learning people go with some services. Likewise, what are the services now used by data engineers here? Now we have gone with the data lakes, blob storage, and again we have even gone with some kind of data factory. Similarly, we have other services also. All right. Now again, what are the storages on Azure? So what kind of storages? You need to know. Then we'll be starting off with Azure Data Factory. So here I'll be showing you, we'll be practically working live from day one, with real-time scenarios. It's not like only theoretical kind of concepts, guys. I'll make you work on this one, right? So because see, designing pipelines and again, designing it in different ways that is what is required here. All right. So you have to know, the tool, the Azure Data Factory tool. Of course, it is a no-code tool, so need not worry. But again, let me tell you. So, in order to work on Databricks, right? So, as I told you, we need to know something about Python and Apache Spark as well. So, even before we step into Databricks, we'll be learning Python and Apache Spark. There are separate sessions for this one. And then finally, when we are done with both Python and Apache Spark, we'll be moving ahead with Databricks here. So here we'll be working because if I write some kind of code, spark.read format, you need to understand what is that code about. All right, what is that particular line about? So that command about. All right, so we'll be learning all those things here. And then finally, after completing Databricks, we'll be moving ahead with the Fabric data engineering concept here. All right. So then, see, while learning all these tools itself, we'll be working with different hands-on real-time scenarios. So in real world, how do you design a pipeline? Now someone has asked me some kind of questions. Can we ingest multiple files here? Yes, of course, we'll be doing it. So how to work on that one? How to, apply that kind of technique here. So we'll be learning those kind of scenarios. All right. So, again, in the data analytics section, you have SQL and again Power BI. So we'll also be working on that one. And now let me tell you the other interesting and important part of our course here, real-time projects here. So this is very, very important because see, merely learning concepts won't fetch you. You have to apply them in real-world data sets. All right. So I'll show you these are the real-world projects. Now data migration. Now you have some kind of data which is stored in on-premises here. All right. So how to migrate that particular data to Azure cloud here? Then incremental loading. Now, this is very common scenario, daily life scenario that a data engineer works on. So, for example, you have Walmart data. Now, Walmart has, I mean, see, will be having transactions every day, right? So every day you have to collect that particular data, right? So now how do you incrementally load that particular data into your source systems? And again, how do you move them to the target systems here? So we will be having case study on that one. SC2 pipeline, and again, Databricks project here, end-to-end Databricks project, Microsoft Fabric project, and again, Power BI project. So this will give you lot of advantage. I mean, in terms of attending interviews, in terms of clearing interviews. And again, this is what you will be, I mean, building your portfolio, your CV resume. I mean, you have to put these projects in your resumes here. All right. And then post this kind of course, right? We'll be having separate sessions on how to prepare for interviews. All right. So what are the certification that we'll be going with? See, previously we had DP 203, but now they're not offering that certification. Let me also show you this one. DP 203. All right. So DP 203 was a Microsoft Azure certification exam for data engineering, now retired as of March 31st, 2025. Now the new certification is DP 700, guys. This is what. Okay, so data engineers on Azure have to take this one in case if you wish to go with a certification. Microsoft Certified Fabric Data Engineer Associate. So this one, and we'll be learning Microsoft Fabric as part of a course as well. So we'll be going with that one. And see what are the other concepts that you'll be learning as part of this one. So I'll also tell you with some kind of CI/CD implementation as well. So what happens in a CI/CD pipelines? So how that framework will be designed. So you'll be learning all those things here. All right. So now let me show you few JDs here. So what they're asking you, for example, if I open dice.com, let me show you something. All right. So I'll simply search this one. Data engineering manager, you can see this one. All right. So Azure Data Platform Engineer Tech Lead or something. Azure Data Factory. So it is Maryland. And let me show you something. So what they're asking you, let me tell you. And are we learning enough things or not here? Let me show you. She has not posted much about the
No, there
this
is,
thing, but
I
only the
think,
thing is,
Vamshi, you applied a filter of 30 kilometers, something like that. If you take out that filter
yeah, yeah, yeah,
in the
yes, yes.
initial search, you will get more results, I guess. Up to 30
I
miles.
can remove this one.
Yes.
Correct. So you can see as of now, so totally 9,074 results have been posted, 589 new year. And what you can do, you can even look at the JDs, what they're exactly asking you. See, guys, summary, be a hands-on architect and technical lead designing and developing robust data platforms for trading and analytics using Databricks, Delta Live Table Structuring Scheme, and PySpark here. So all of them we are covering, right? And Azure ecosystem, including ADF. ADF stands for Azure Data Factory. Synapse, previously it was Synapse, now it is Fabric. So we'll also discuss this one. And Unity Catalog is now a concept in Databricks. So we'll also discuss that one. All right. So see, I mean, you're having all the things as part of a course here what they're asking you. And look at this one as well. So some kind of financial services. I'll also show you this JD. Look at this, guys.
Power BI.
Experience as a data engineer with a strong focus on financial services and Python and PySpark. Anyways, we're having Python, PySpark. We're having Power BI. I'm also giving you Power BI also. All right. You have ETL pipelines here. And then he's also giving you this one. Look at this. Experience with Azure cloud services such as Azure Data Factory, Azure SQL Database, Azure Synapse Analytics, and Azure Blob Storage. Everything you have in our course, right? Now look at this, what you're learning as part of this one. So that is very, very important here. Are you learning the right things or not? Yes. Okay. Azure Data Architect with Power BI and Fabric experience. See, they're also asking you specifically about Fabric, and you have this in as part of a course here. Now you tell me, would you get any job here? So if you apply the right skills in your, if you have the right skills, and you need to also design your portfolio in such a way, we'll also help you out in that one. All right. So this sports course benefits are really important. You need to attend this. Okay. So how you need to build your portfolio, like how you need to build your CVs, and again, how you need to optimize your LinkedIn profiles, and again, in order to get, even huge interview calls or something. And again, in order to get placed here, so I'll give you some kind of tips and techniques here. Fine. And regarding the certification, as I told you, this is the certification you need to go. From Databricks also, we have another certification here. So even Fabric will be enough actually. All right. So this is our entire course, guys. And let me tell you, not only dice.com, even seek.com from Australia. See, let me also show you. Let me show you this. So Azure Data Engineer. It is popular keyword, I hope so. Okay, so look at this one. 3,668 jobs as of now. So, let me also show you something, the JD. Very simple job. He's asking only Python, SQL, and some kind of data warehousing experience. And then data models on AWS database. Okay, so we are going with Azure. All right. So no problem. See, again, cloud is their choice. Okay, so we are going with Azure, and Azure jobs are more in number compared to AWS guys. All right. And see, look at this one. ETL and ELT pipelines in metadata-driven medallion architecture at enterprise scale. Medallion architecture refers to lakehouse kind of concept. Lakehouse architecture is also called medallion architecture. So using Microsoft Fabric or Databricks or Azure Data Factory or Synapse here. So any one of the tool, you require it. We are going with Fabric, we are going with Data Factory, we are going with Databricks also. Okay, Synapse also. Now you have all these things in your skill. Okay, so you're learning all these things. Look at this. Everything, wherever you go, the JD will be the same thing, guys. So you need to have the right skills here, and you're learning the up-to-date and advanced skills here. So you might apply for any kind of job role, with this kind of a course here. So that will give you a much ahead in your, your job hunting here. So any kind of job role you take, okay, so I'll give you this assurance here. You can offer any kind of job here because that is what you're learning actually in our course here. And I also told you something about CI/CD kind of framework. So even if you have that knowledge, right? Now who's going to stop you guys? Okay, look at this. Everywhere you see, they're asking you the same kind of concepts. Microsoft Azure tool, SQL, ETL process, something. Okay, so PySpark, Python, something. Okay, so look at this. Again, the same company, a trade. Okay, so again, data engineer, King Living, something. I don't know what is this, but again, see. Azure Data Lake ingestion process from SAP. Okay, so bronze, silver, gold layers. Now this is nothing but Lakehouse kind of concept here. So I've shown you this in that architecture also. ETL pipelines here. And again, see, proven experience in data engineering with Azure Data Lake, Data Factory, Synapse or Fabric. Synapse or Fabric. Okay, you're learning all the things here. Power BI also you're learning. All right, that's it.
Thank you, Vamshi. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. We will take some more questions
You
from the
even
chat.
open, sites from UK, from Naukri, from India as well. You can open that one. You can even see the same kind of JDs will be there, same kind of tools they'll be asking you wherever you go across the globe here. So if you have the right tools and right skills with you, right, no one will be stopping you guys. You can definitely land a job in this field here. Okay, so I think I'm done with this one. So now questions, guys. Okay, so let
Wonderful,
me.
wonderful introduction, Vamshi. Thanks a lot. I know it is much more overwhelming for many of the students who are completely from a different background altogether. So a lot of stuff Vamshi spoke, maybe Delta Lakes and Databricks and everything is just out of the mind. It's overwhelming, but so don't stress too much. Each and every topic is going to be taught right from the beginning, right from the basics. We'll be providing you the materials, the live class recordings. You're going to watch the recording and practice step by steps. The more we practice, the better we get hold on the subject, because it is a job-oriented training program. It is a technical training program. It is not something theory like we're like a project manager. It's not like a theory. So you have to practice. Then we become more comfortable, and you will have full support from our side. Okay, so we have some hands raised. So if you have any questions, please raise your hand. We'll go one by one. Casey, you can unmute and ask.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you,
Just want to
Casey.
hear from Vamshi. I just want to get Vamshi's opinion in comparison Microsoft Fabrics compared to like the previous tools that were existing before Fabrics. Like we have Azure Data Factories, Azure Synapse Analytics, Power BI, and now we have Fabrics that kind of integrate all these tools together. So so is there any, apart from Fabrics being a new tool that's kind of integrates all these two together, is there any other advantage that Fabrics has over the existing products that Microsoft, I mean, with existing products, you can just create a link service to kind of achieve whatever you want to achieve in terms of a BI using the existing tools. So now, is there anything other than that? Is there any added advantage that might make a company to switch to Fabrics instead of continue to use the existing legacy tools?
Yes, yes, very interesting and very good question. Thank you for asking this, and let me answer you in this way. Now, if you have requirement only with ETL development or ETL pipelines, you might even opt only for a single service. So now companies have different requirement with them. So they might be having data in a wide variety format. So they might use ADF or they might go with even Databricks. The concept of Fabric is to give you an integrated and a complete end-to-end platform, not only for data engineers, but for data analysts, data scientists, and even the Power BI kind of people. So is giving you the service. And also the other concept is not to rely on other third-party vendors. Now take the case of Databricks. Databricks is not a tool of Microsoft or even AWS or even Google as well. So that is a separate organization. All right. Now that means Azure has to pay for that using Databricks here. Similarly, AWS will be paying for using Databricks services. Similarly, Google will also be paying a Databricks in order to use their services. So here the concept, what Microsoft has beautifully designed this concept is not to rely on other third-party vendors. So it's giving completely an integrated platform from eZone Corporation. You can, rely only on their services completely. Now, Databricks, if you ask me, right, Databricks is nothing but it works only purely on Apache Spark clusters. If you remove Spark clusters, Databricks is nothing. It's a dummy tool here, I can say. All right. So that is why even Microsoft has designed their own tool in this way here. So now companies, how they can benefit is they can reduce huge cost here, because if I go with Synapse, it will be charging me. If I go with Databricks, it will be charging me. So rather than going in this way, they can have only one platform and they can reduce their cost drastically using only one tool here. So companies have to think about this one. I mean, see, that is why slowly they are moving on to, they are migrating onto Fabric platform now. Previously, they have used individual services. Now the cost was even more in order to maintain all the three different kinds of tools here. But again, now, I mean, you can have all of your data, all of your integrations onto one single platform. So drastically, these, costs or the operational costs will be reduced. So that is the advantage companies can have here.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Casey. Hello, Ui. Hi, Ui.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, very well. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. First and foremost, thank you very much.
Could you
Vamshi.
be could you please speak a little bit louder or close to your mic, please, because it's a little bit feebly. That's
Okay.
we are struggling to hear.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, much better.
Yes,
Thank you.
absolutely fine. Yes.
All right. Yeah. First, I said first and foremost, thanks very much for this very wonderful intro. I know that this is just the first intro. I believe that subsequent classes will be more organized in terms of our mode of questioning and the way we ask our questions, because it was a little bit disorganized today.
Oh,
I wanted
yes,
to ask a question. Yeah, I wanted to ask a question on when Vamshi, when you did the publish, right? You said you wanted to test. That's why we did the publish before we did the debug, right? So what issues can we encounter if we publish? Because when you did yours, it completed successfully. What kind of issues can we, what kind of errors can we encounter in that process?
Okay, so in that process, if you do not click on publish and if you directly click on debug, so what happens sometimes is if you have miss any kind of option somewhere, for example, or there won't be any proper connections established here, so you won't know and your pipeline will get failed here. So again, you have to check your error log and again you have to rectify it. I mean, you have to debug it. All right. So with publish, all right, it will actually tell you where is your problem lying. If there is any thing wrong in your entire pipeline here. So that is the use case of publish. It will clearly tell you where you're going wrong in case if there is really any problem in your pipeline. And you can correct it. I mean, you can even set any option, or if you forgot to, I mean, provide any option or anything there, you can even go and check there and provide the required values there. Likewise.
Okay. The next question I have, sorry, is we copied from
Yes, please go on.
apologies. Could you please yeah, Ivy, go ahead, Ivy. I just muted. Ivy, can you please unmute? I just muted everyone. There's some background noise.
okay,
Yeah,
sorry, I
so
didn't know that.
yeah.
So we moved from CSV to CSV, right? And using the link service, right?
Yes,
We
yes, yes.
we didn't have any issues with data type and all that. What if we're moving to? I'm just saying. I'm just thinking out loud. Do we have to have a knowledge of all the data types when we are building these pipelines?
Yes, of course, we need to have. I mean, we also have SQL as part of our code, so you can easily learn that one. So the data types and everything. Yes.
Okay, so the different data types for all the different data source.
Yes, 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 of course. So we'll also
Okay.
be learning that one. So need not worry about those things here. Okay.
Okay.
So
All right.
you'll be
Thank
learning
you.
from scratch, guys. Okay. So everything will be, I mean, will be learning entirely from scratch. Okay. So need not worry about these things here. Step by step approach I'll give you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Van.
Yeah.
We'll go to Sylvester. Hi, Sylvester. Sylvester, we see you raise your hand. Is it cleared? You are unmuted. You can ask, but we can't hear you if you are speaking. All right, I assume you are clear because you're not asking anything. Let's move on. Anyone, any questions? Vamshi, maybe let's quickly scan through the chat box, and if
Yeah,
any
sure.
chat is unanswered, I'm just
Okay.
moving on, moving on. Okay, somebody asked, is this the classes? Okay, so regarding the classes for USA and Canada, it is your evening times, Sunday to Thursday. I'm going to communicate again. So it's there, it's on the WhatsApp group also, and I also posted. USA, Canada, no confusion, your evening time, Sunday to Thursday. India, Australia, morning times, Monday to Friday. USA evening time is our next day morning time. Okay, that's why Monday to Friday. What is happening with the next week? It's just a coincidence kind of a thing. Monday is very, very big festival in India. We call it as a Diwali. It's widely celebrated by Hindus across the globe. So Monday, we are just parking. There's no class on Monday. So we will be officially starting India time Tuesday morning, which means that Monday evening. So our next class, the live class, day one, with the basics of the data structuring and everything is going to be on Monday evening, which is going to be Tuesday morning. And I will also formally communicate on the email, sending the reminders on the WhatsApp group. So if you're not part of the WhatsApp group, please alert me. Okay, cool. Uh, Prince is saying instructor is knowledgeable. Oh, thanks, Prince. Of course, as I told you, right? Vamshi is currently working as an AI architect, and he's also our trainer for the agentic AI and machine learning training programs. So he has vast amount of knowledge.
Lakshmi,
Yes, sir.
sorry, did you say Monday evening for US and
Oh,
Canada?
Monday. It is just only for next week. A week after, it's going to be Sunday to Thursday evening times. Yes,
Got you. Got you.
correct, sir. Okay, cool. All right.
Um,
So
can
there's no
you
class tomorrow.
Oh, just 1 minute. Yeah. What's your sorry? Well, we'll go one by one, please.
Yeah. So there's no class tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday
Oh,
this week.
tomorrow. Yeah, it's no class. The classes are formally starting from next week. No classes on weekend. So the classes are only for 5 days a week, and it goes for 8 weeks.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, sir. So right. So Chris is asking, do we need to have the experience in the data analysis? We see some hands raised. We'll come. Just we'll clear up the questions in the chat. Do we need to have the experience in the data analysis? Not required, because the we are going to teach, Vamshi is going to teach the data analysis, the SQL part, the Power BI, using the data analysis using the Power BI tool. It's part of the training, Chris. You don't need any extra other training.
Okay, and what time is it for the UK's
UK time is going to be, because the USA evening time is UK. You are now in UK, so UK time is 1 o'clock in the morning. I know
so
that's a
it's going to be
little bit.
around this time?
Yeah, it's the same time. The same time,
Okay,
whatever the class time we join, I intentionally kept the same time so that we get used to it. So 1 a.m. to
okay.
2 a.m., even if you miss the live class, you will have the live class recording as a backup.
Coach, please, can people stop interjecting so that we go with the people that are raising hands? We have
Okay,
about
yeah, yeah, we'll,
Apology
yeah,
for that.
right, yeah. Sorry,
I
we'll
just wanted to
quickly.
say that I fixed my audio. If it's okay, I can go ahead with my
Oh, you
question.
picked the idea, Sylvester? Yeah, you raise your hand first. Okay, Sylvester, go ahead.
All right, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
I have two questions. The first one is, I believe the instructor did say that it was possible to ingest multi-data types from structure to data stream into the data lake in one transaction. So my question is it also possible to transform these different data types in the lake house in one transaction, although we have to perform this operation independently for each data type? And secondly, the cost
Okay.
outline.
Okay, all right. So good question. Let me tell you, in Lakos, we can even, using one transaction, we can convert all the data files into one particular format. We have a format called Delta. So we'll be discussing about it later as part of our session. So we can even do that one. Yes.
Oh, okay. And when you say Delta, I'm assuming you're talking about the load format that is loading the changes. Oh, but anyway, let's not get to that since we'll get to that eventually. My second
Yeah.
question is the course outline looks really great to me. It is filled with skills that I'm interested in learning, from Power BI to Python to data analytics. Now, my question is, how is this possible for someone who isn't already experienced in data engineering to learn all this in just 2 months, given that we'll just be having 4 days classes? How do we get to compact all these things and learn them within the time period?
All right. So very interesting question. Let me tell you, our course will give you a blended kind of approach where 90% will be practical and 10% will be theoretical kind of case here. So I'll explain you a case study because in real world, you see, you have to work in a practical way. So you will be given some kind of documents and you will be told to work through right from day one or something. Here, I'll give you the same approach here. So I'll give you with different case studies and again scenarios here. You have to complete them. So it will be much of practical session than a theoretical ones here. So I'll tell you what exactly it is and again how to apply in real world scenarios, how you can use that particular tool, how you can design some kind of architecture or build a pipeline or something else. So here the focus will be much more into the practical part here. So it is a purely practical oriented kind of course here. It's not just some kind of theory where you'll be learning something. I'll be giving you some kind of slides. No, it's not that one. Fine. So it will give you much hands-on on different scenarios and different tools that we'll be using as part of this course here. We'll be learning. And that will give you much ahead. And as I told you, I mean, we have real world projects as well. So you have to work on them and then you can project the same kind of projects on your CV. You have to build the portfolio. Then, I mean, you can go ahead with that one. So that will give you much weightage and advantage when you, I mean, go for job hunting or when you attend interviews here. You can clearly tell the interviewers that I worked on this kind of concept as a data engineer. So they will hire you. I mean, okay, so the chances of you getting hired will be more once you learn the concepts that I've put down in the course here.
And also, it's not 4 days a week. Maybe you misunderstood. It's 5 days a week. Only next week, due to big holiday in India. So that is just only next week is 4 days, but a week after it's going to be 5 days a week. So even if it is going to take an extra 1 week towards the end of the training program, we don't hesitate. It's not like strictly we will be pausing in 8 weeks exactly. It's not like that. Even if it's going to take few days more, we are happy to do that. And we have done that
Yeah.
with previous batches as well.
Yeah. So guys, let me tell you, even if it is taking 1 or 2 weeks extra, let it be. I mean, so we are here to learn something. So I'll ensure that you learn all the things. Okay. So in your comfort zone here. And again, Sirisha, about the follow-up question now about the Power BI. So Power BI, one complete end-to-end dashboard building. So right from scratch, like what you do with Power Query Editor, what is DAX here, what is data modeling, what is visualization, everything you'll be learning. So need not worry about that. Even in Power BI also we have this. Yeah. So could you also share some resources to prep for AZ 700 along with the course progress? Yes, of course, we have that thing. I'll also give you those questions as well.
And I also want to assure you that a continuous support is guaranteed, which means that once you join this training program, let's say we complete this by mid of December or towards Christmas, and you are okay from the different background, you are not having full confidence after completing a class. So there will be another batch in the month of January, February. So you can join that batch as well without paying $1 extra. It's absolutely free of cost. You can join multiple times till you become confident without paying any extra, as the support will be there. Okay. And if you are any beginner, if you want to apply for entry level, and if you want to work as a volunteer in my organization, you're going to get a letter of volunteership as well. We issue that letter of volunteership because it's all practical training programs. You will be working on not a real world kind of real world projects, but not the practical. Yeah, it's all like a simulations. So we can do that kind of support as well. CV, LinkedIn. It's just not about making money or getting money and relaxing, right? It's more about how we empathizing with the people is very important. That's the reason people from across the globe they come and take our training. The continuous hand holding is very important. Logic is very simple, right? A strong word of mouth make any business successful. So if I are just making a quick training program and leaving all of you in the middle of the ocean, are you going to recommend your friends and family members for our next batch? It won't. So we have been getting 90% of the students who come and take our training programs, they are referrals. Referrals will come only with the good word of mouth, right? So first you need to experience that one and we provide you all the required experience, all the required kind of support. Just ask. Okay, so we will go with the hands raised, Vamshi. Josie, what's your question, Josie? I know you are in Italy. Maybe you want the job opportunities there in Italy and Europe, Josie? Josie, you can unmute and ask. Hello? Are you talking, Josie? Darling, I can't hear you. No.
Hello, good
Oh,
morning.
yes. Very good morning, Josie. Go ahead. What's your question?
I wanted to ask, this question is for Sir Vamshi.
Vamshi, yeah.
Yes, yes.
I am really like a non-serve tech savvy person, and I've never done Python in my life. That's why I ran away from the AI classes, because they had a lot of coding in order to do the Azure data analysis course. So I want to know, can I have extra help when it comes to the Python programming part of the course? Because you really need to go down to beginner level for me. I don't know whether there's another person because I really want to learn this.
Hmm, sure. I don't here for the Azure data engineering, Josie, we don't need that in-depth kind of a person. Please, Vamshi, please correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. Yes, yes.
For
So let me
AI,
answer
for
your
AI,
question,
yeah, you
Josie.
can answer the one. Yeah.
See, data engineers require only basic Python knowledge here. So, and that's, I mean, that is what we'll be learning. So, what level of Python is required here? We'll be learning only that part. So, need not worry about the in-depth kind of thing. No one will be asking you. If you're going with machine learning or AI kind of roles, you have to learn some other Python skill sets as well. So, here the basic Python programming knowledge is enough as a data engineers, and that is what we'll be learning here.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. That will be all. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Josie, thank you very much. Hi,
Yeah.
Vasam.
Hello, good evening.
Very good evening, sir.
Well, I do have some experience or some, I've did some studies in data analytics. Currently, I'm on the Azure part. Currently, I'm studying, preparing for a certification to do the Azure 104 administrator exam. And
Mhm.
looking at the curriculum, what we just went through today, is it, I think there are two different certifications at the moment that I'll be pursuing. Is it right to stay on one, or can I do both with the current? Because I see going through the course with Vamshi, I saw that there were some aspects of the Azure administrator in terms of creating some resources and all that, which is very useful. Do you think it's advisable to stay on this administrator path, or I should, advance a little bit further into the data engineer, Azure data engineer certification program?
All right, so let me answer you. See, you can go with both the certifications, but I mean, concentrate more onto data engineering. But I'm not telling that you need to join this course here, but let me tell you something. Admin will be, so admins will be working on creating something, giving some kind of connections and securing that thing. But data engineer is not only about that one. So we'll be going beyond the some kind of concepts here. So that is why advise you to go with both of them, and especially with a data engineering kind of thing, because data engineer job roles are more compared to the admin roles here. All right, so that is what I can tell you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Vasam. And all on top of it, admin, with my experience, I see that, like, for example, if you have maybe 10 projects or 15 projects, maybe hardly they need one or two administrators, not much, but every project they need the engineers. All right, moving on. Jandya, hi Jandai, sorry for,
It's okay.
hi,
Good evening. Thank
good
you
evening.
for the class today.
Thank you very
Um,
much.
my One of my questions is about support. Um, so I know you said it's basically we'll get the documentation and we're supposed to pretty much work on it and then in like a realistic way. What about support if we're working on these things and we run into issues
Hmm.
and maybe we hit a snag? How do we get
Yeah,
support in order to get around that? Because of course, class time is not going to be the time where we would ask those
that's true.
questions.
That's true. Excellent. Okay, let me share the screen. Let me also try to get what's going on with the current ongoing batch. And then here, this batch, for your information, it started on 29th of August and it's continuing. Yeah. And I'm just scrolling. Don't get me wrong, I'm very much transparent guy and I always talk based on the data. So here, for example, Anna is asking, Hey, thank you. I could get the dashboard, but they look different. Vamshi was using. People are trying to, people whoever has completed, they are giving a helping hand and supporting other. You need to click my profile, activate Fabric 2 times, get that, and then sorry, and then same to me. And here Vamshi is saying, posting the screenshot that I found from Fabric community and like this. So if you have any questions in nutshell, for example, here I could not select the serverless. And guys, 5 minutes, I am connecting and Vamshi is supporting. So just ask here, you are going to get the required support. And I also post the job opportunities. Everything will be on the WhatsApp group. In case if you are not getting the required support, I am there. Just give me a call. I'm here to support you. And we also, I posted here another. Here you see some of them, they are trying to volunteer. The people who already completed the hands-on activities, here I say, uh, if anyone would like to volunteer the new students and are clearing the doubts, please message me. So I got some of the people who want to volunteer and support you. And this happens with all the batches. We have the cybersecurity batches, we have the support teams as well here, and we have the DevSecOps support teams, the Scrum Master product owner support teams. So
Okay.
from the support perspective, you just ask, you will get it.
Yeah, so basically, and again, also, so when we finish your courses, if we do need support or we have
Oh yeah.
questions, we'll
Mm,
still have access to ask these
yes,
questions and we can
you
support
have
each other.
support each other. Yes, correct. For example, again, one more time, let us type Azure, and this is the June 2005, April 2025, and still you see the posts. People are asking any question you ask, you will be getting, and we are posting other webinars as well. Yeah, the groups are
Yeah.
Okay,
lively. Yeah.
thank you.
And you can join in the Telegram group if you want. You can ask any questions here. You see more than like close to 6,000 people, and you just type here Azure. You see a lot of posts. People got some
And
of the
how
people
long
they
do
got
we have access to the classes after we take the classes to
after. So
record?
each yes, each and every live class will be recorded here, and all the recordings will be stored in the Google Drive, and I maintain the storage. And here, for example, all the recordings. For example, here you see the DevOps. And here you see the April 2024, February 2023, at least for 2 years. And very big advantage is after 2 years, you come back to us saying that, hey, Lakshmi, look, I need access to the latest videos because the market is changing. Technology is evolving exponentially, and we closely keep our eyes widely open and embrace the change. For example, 4 months back, we don't have Fabric, but last 2 months, last two batches, we have been teaching Fabric. So previous students, like 3 years back, they completed a training. They come back to us and ask, hey, can we have the access to the latest videos? No question asked, no money required, and I'm going to give you the access. So it's going to be a continuous support. But to precisely answer your question, at least 2 to 3 years, you will be having access. You can access from any of your devices from any part of the world. Only
Thank you.
thing that I require from all of you is you need to keep lot of efforts to get the hold on the subject. The market is very, very competitive. If you want to stand out, Vamshi, we are going to provide the good support, but at the same time, it's just not only one way, right? It's the other way as well. You have to practice, practice, then you become confident. Okay,
Thank you so much.
cool. Thank you very much, ma'am. So let's, uh, EY, any question?
Yeah, just quick one.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Yeah, does this support extend to even after we get the job?
we get the job as well. Yeah, we get the job.
Yes,
Actually,
So,
Eva. Yeah, surely.
so because sometimes, because we have not been doing this, even though you practice a lot, with your labs, in the real life world, it might be a different ball game entirely, you know. So,
Yes, yes,
from experience, yeah.
yes, yes. So we do have that one. I completely understand your question. Yes, of course, we do
Yes.
support it. Yes.
And you are just on time. Actually, yesterday only, look, last week, one student got the job offer and he was looking for the support. And I don't want to disclose the details, but if you see, if you join my Telegram, and then if you little bit scroll, here you see, hey, one of my student got job offer in USA. He is looking for the job support on the Power BI CI/CD. And if anyone, and is a paid one. Yeah, I just it's just only yesterday's post you can see here. Yeah, I posted it yesterday, 16th of October. So he got the job in USA. But initially, as I always tell to my students, once you get the job, you do the practicals, but your wings are still not stronger. So you need a good amount of support till your wings become stronger so that you can fly on your own. So full support will be there, but that comes with an extra cost. It depends on how many number of hours, what kind of techniques, technologies, and based on that one, we can try to get the right person for you from India, from the previous people who are already got the job offers. Maybe they want to take this as a part-time opportunity to make some extra money, supporting the new students. They do that. Yes.
And lastly, how much does a data Azure data engineer earn um, averagely?
Average, you are asking about the pay?
Yeah,
Oh, that's and on average, we are talking about 120, 130. No, with experience, it will be on the higher scale. We are talking about average pay.
gotcha. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Anyone, any final questions before we close? I will record this and I will also upload this in the YouTube channel. We have the YouTube channel as well. Where is the YouTube channel? Yeah, I will also upload this in the YouTube channel and I will share you the recording. And tomorrow, almost the same time, I am planning another webinar for the people who want to be. Some people they said that we are not, we don't want to go into the good coding. We want to go into the leadership kind of a roles like project managers and all things. So for that, I'm the one who will be teaching. So we will be having another round of webinar more on the project management. I'm not encouraging you to take it, but just for awareness, understanding, and having a good understanding is very important. So in the Scrum Master Product Owner training, this is the Jira tool. You are going to understand the timelines, backlogs, execute the sprints, everything. So there will be a weekend batch that I personally train. It covers the Scrum Master, Product Owner, project management, everything with the Jira, Confluence, building the roadmaps, and everything. So people whoever wants to apply for the jobs like Agile. For example, if I just type United States, most of you are from there, and then Agile, and then you get lot of job opportunities that are getting posted. This is also completely job-oriented training program. So yeah, I will send you the notifications. Whoever is interested, you can join another free awareness kind of. We do a lot of awareness trainings. There is one more awareness training coming on the cybersecurity, another one coming on the DevSecOps, another one coming on the AI agents, how to build the AI agents, how to configure them. It's our Vamshi who will be teaching though. So we have a lot of interesting webinars lined up. Spreading that awareness, spreading that knowledge is very, very important. Okay, cool. Do we have PhD in data engineering in USA or masters? Not very sure. Should be there, Prince. But again, doing those college degrees, I'm not discouraging you, but again, it's a time-taking process, but they are not really job-oriented at the end of the day. Okay, again, after doing PhD, you will be looking for a practical job-oriented training like what we are offering. Uh, Yeah, Jene, yeah. So our cybersecurity training program is going to cover, just for your information, our cybersecurity training program, it is going to cover the SOC. Here is the cybersecurity October batch. And here you see we are going to cover there are various roles. Cybersecurity is a very big ocean. There are various roles. Sorry, Vamshi, I'm giving this one here. So where the cybersecurity is one of the high demand along with the data engineering, and you can also blend the data and the data security, and it will make you stand out. So here you can apply for the roles of, with this training you can apply for the roles of GRC, governance, risk and compliance. So if you type here GRC, governance, risk and compliance, where you need to understand the frameworks like HIPAA, GDPR, PCI, NIST framework, and to do the auditing and to perform the risk assessments and everything. That's what you do. And you do the third party risk assessments. You see here PCI, HIPAA, third party. Even if I open my email and you see my email yesterday's, ta ta ta, here you see week 2 GRC hands-on assignment email 16 hours back. So I was giving. So the complete training program is completely hands-on. That's one area you can apply. Another area that you can go for is SOC, Security Operations Center, where you will be sitting in front of the laptops and continuously monitoring, monitoring SOC analyst, Security Operations Center, SOC analyst. So this is the kind of not here. Maybe this is the kind of environment that you will be seeing continuously monitoring. There are tools, there are tools like Splunk, so you are going to understand how to feed the file, and then how to analyze the data and how to detect any threats proactively, how to communicate to the teams. That is another area that you can do. And then one more role that you can cover here is the penetration testing and ethical hacking. That is super high in demand, ethical hacking, because you are seeing so many attacks every organization. So every project module is going through the penetration testing before an external attacker attacks. We will see internally how strong this feature built is from the external attacks. So internally, we are proactively trying to attack and see how strong the feature is. So we are going to use, there is a tool called Kali Linux. This is a advanced penetration testing tool, most advanced penetration testing tool called Kali Linux. So you are going to use lot of activities in that. This is a 3 months training program and it just started last week and it's 4 days a week and it's completely job oriented, hands-on. Yeah, all our training programs are hands-on. Okay, cool. Just for your information. Please don't get me wrong for sharing these insights. So I'm not trying to influence you to take, but whoever is interested, let's. So this is another area that is recession proof for next 10 years, cybersecurity. And that is also the reason, even if you open my Telegram group, you will see lot of posts on the security perspective here. Uh, Here yesterday we have seen here, you see here, Capita discovered the attack happened within 10 minutes but did not shut down the device, and they ended up paying $6 million, 6 million pounds penalty yesterday. And yeah, how to do the ethical hacking. And some of our students, we trained them very good. Even they are now, they are they're making some money on the bug bounty platforms, where the organizations, right, they give their website here, they say, hey guys, you try to hack us and for each hack we can pay this much. And this is legal hacking. Bug crowd, bug bounty programs are there. And yeah, yeah, very good, interesting area that, if anybody wants to explore, very good. So penetration testing, ethical hacking, yeah, that's very good. So cool. Okay, let's come back. Sorry, I don't want to block much of your time. I know you guys joined for the data engineering here. Uh, can you share the registration link for the? Oh yeah, please message me on my WhatsApp, Blair. So it is plus 6141251636 is my WhatsApp number. I don't change my number, and it's the same number since I came to Australia. Okay. GRC is exactly what I'm looking for. Yeah, sure. GRC, we cover the governance, risk compliance, preparing the risk registers. And if you see the real-time risk registers, how do you play one CS APR, maybe, yeah. And here, for example, third-party risk assessment, THIRD, third-party risk assessments. So you will be preparing, you see here, risk registers, third-party risk assessments, completely hands-on. Okay. You can message me based on your need. I can definitely guide you with my 25 years of experience in IT. Okay, cool. Moving on. Okay. Can I do the data engineering jobs at the time with the two different companies? Yeah, it is doable, but nowadays the market is challenging. I'm just wondering, like, if you have, yeah, jobs, why not? Yeah, I have a good number of students who got those. I heard that with cybersecurity you can do two jobs as long as it is remote. You are not being monitored. Yes, you can do it. Any number of job sprints. You have to manage the show. AWS training, EY, we know. We used to EY, but we stopped. The only reason is most of the companies again they are shifting towards Azure, and I think I sent you this article as well. Why the Microsoft Azure is going to lead from AWS by 2026. It's going to be the market leader, but we stopped. Yeah, we don't have it now. It's some cyber work is interesting, but you need to know Linux command when you use Kali Linux. Yes, correct. And we are going to teach you on that one. Can you share, do you know any good Azure fundamentals admin training? Admin training, we are not doing, Raj. Maybe the knowledge share, I think maybe Vamshi is having some articles or maybe some documentation we can, but we are not doing the admin. So admin roles are a little bit limited, Raj. I'm not trying to discourage you, but you can also check the Azure admin. You can also compare by just typing, see the number of jobs. If the number of jobs are more, the probability of success will be high. Okay, so what you can do here, you can just type here Azure, oops, Azure data engineer and see the number of jobs, how many jobs got posted, and then maybe Azure admin as well. Okay, I need to jump in Azure admin, and you can see the number of jobs. For example, Azure admin. So here 400 plus results you can see here. Okay, data entry, and some of them I think data entry got posted. Yeah, it's picking up the other things as well, but less than 400. Whereas if you are typing that Azure data engineer, it's more. And then taking the Azure data engineer, you can slowly scale up your skills to the AI ML as well down the line. So this is going to be a good fundamental because when you even go for the AI ML, you need to understand the cloud, you need to understand the Python, you need to understand the data. So this is going to be a great value, great stepping stone for accelerate your career down the line. Okay. Oh yeah, sure, sure. No problem at all, Raj. Message me on my WhatsApp and I will be happy to share. Any questions, my dear students, please? Any questions? If any of you need a career guidance, just message me on my WhatsApp. It's not that you must take only this particular training. So we have to see what best fits based on our background. So I can definitely guide you and you don't need to pay. Okay. So full support will be there by all means. All right. Any final questions before we close the call? Okay, Martha, go ahead.
Yeah, I did not. Somebody asked a question which I'm also interested in, but I did not see your answer. Do you
Oh,
offer GCP data engineering or
oh,
anything in GCP
GCP, no.
training?
Oh, yeah, I missed that one. Oh, GCP, Google Cloud Platform. No, no, we are not doing that one.
Do you intend to do that in the future? Because in my current job, we do use Azure, GCP, and AWS, and
Oh,
GCP
it's
is quite new.
right, multi-cloud environment. Not sure. Vamshi, any plans?
Yes,
Can we
yes,
plan one
future,
GCP?
yes, of course. We do have plans to start a multi-cloud engineering kind of concept
Multi-cloud.
also. So we'll be
Yes.
very soon, we'll be starting with that one as well. Yes.
Yep. Sure. Let's plan that one multi-cloud. That's also a good thing, Vamshi. Maybe I think it may take
Sure, sure.
extra 2-3 weeks, but we will adjust. We
Sure,
will work
sure,
on the
definitely.
timings. Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Roshan, any question? I saw you unmuted. Are you good? Okay.
Good, yeah.
Nice, Roshan. Good. Thank you. Gauravi, can you let us know a bit about the volunteering work at the Hands-on Agile after finishing? Will that be an internship? Yes, Gauravi. So whatever the hands-on activities that you are doing, it's more like a real-time simulation activities, right? You are working on the real-time kind of a project kind, and it's completely online. And if you need any volunteer kind of an letter or intern kind of a letter from my side, Gauravi, you are in Australia. My one is a legally registered firm in Australia. So definitely I can issue that. No problem at all.
Thank you so much for answering the question, Lakshmi.
Thank you, Gauravi. No problem at all. Thank you. Evans, go ahead, sir.
I saw that you have the other communication app. What's it called? The other app link that you showed us.
Data app lake.
No, I'm just joking. You had one particular one chatting soft Telegram. Okay.
Oh,
Uh,
Telegram. Oh, Telegram. Uh-huh.
okay. So how do people join? But do you have Discord app?
Oh, no, 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 no. Because a Telegram I am running earlier, I used to in 2021, 22, 20, yeah, 2021, I used to run the WhatsApp group, multiple WhatsApp group, but people started joining across the globe and we have WhatsApp limitation. And rather than posting each message in 5 to 6 group, I created the Telegram where we have, I think, 200,000 people limit. So that's how. So you have to install the Telegram and
Oh,
you can click on the Telegram link. Maybe I'll just again post. Even when you go to the Telegram link, the old students who got the job offers,
oh.
here you see Temi Tokper from Logo secured the offer. And yeah, very good number of students. You can see the dates as well, 2000. But I asked them to stop posting the pictures, but earlier, yeah.
You don't have Discord app, right? Just Telegram. Okay.
Oh, just only the Telegram, sir. Yeah.
You use Discord. Okay.
This is, yeah, this is widely used by many of the people, but we don't have it. Invite via link, copy. So you can install the Telegram app and then click on that link and you can join. Cool. And we are seeing good amount of remote jobs as well. Data engineer, CVS, a remote job, the same, whatever Vamshi told, data pipelines, data storage, retrieval, analysis, transformation, validation, junior data engineer jobs. Somebody asked, can we go for an entry level if you don't want to keep some experience and you want to go for it? You can aim for these junior data engineer jobs, junior role, junior role. So here, ETL First American open to remote, and 2 days back, ETL extraction transformation loading. Yeah, same stuff. Databricks data engineer remote, 16 hours back. Yeah, cool. Here also the same, whatever we are going to learn, PySpark, Python, Databricks, Azure DevOps, CI/CD pipelines, entry-level data engineer. See here, 5 hours back, 4 hours back, good number of posts are happening. And interesting trend is I'm seeing good number of remote jobs as well, like cybersecurity. But for other for other trainings, we are not seeing these many number of remote jobs. Good. 35 minutes back, this got posted. 35 minutes back, yeah. Organize support, analytics, data sets, Okay, so they're asking about in the governance and regulations as well. It's a mixed blend. Yeah, cool. Okay, team. In the interest of time, let's wrap up. All good. You need to. Sorry, I forgot that you have office. Vamshi, you can go. No problem at all. We are done. I will be here for next 10-15 minutes, but off the recording. If you need any of your career guidance, you can openly discuss. Right now we are on recording. Maybe some of you might be having some concerns, but I will off the recording. I will be here for next 30 minutes. Any of you can ask any question on the screen share, including the WhatsApp. I'm going to share everything. Thank you very much for your valuable time. Hope all of you got good value for the time that you invested. The classes are confirmed to start from next week and it goes until 15th or 20th till Christmas. And the aim is by next year, January, we should be really job ready and start applying for the jobs. Okay, team, wishing you all the best. Happy learning. Even if you're not registering for the training program, you can still call me. I'm a matured person. It's not like that you have to pay money, then only I will talk to you. No. So I have gone through that stage in the life. Yeah, you can always call me, career guidance, any support, any help. I'm here. I work for 17 hours a day, 7 days a week, 7 days a week. And I literally mean it. And you will experience that later. Okay, team, thank you very much. And I will share this recording to all of you. I'm stopping the recording now.